I believe it was Peter Lynch who said, it's not the head that determines investment success, it's the stomach. It's how the investor behaves after he or she acquires the assets that makes the difference. So let's talk about calming clients down. And some people that I know are really good about dealing with clients' behavior. Ruth is an advisor in Southern California. Hello, Ruth, if you're watching this. Ruth has been in the business for quite a while. She's really good at what she does. Ruth told me a story. I think you'll love this story. She said she had a guy making monthly contributions into his retirement plan. And the market was getting killed and killed and killed and killed and killed. And the guy came in and said, I want to stop my monthly investments because I'm just throwing good money after bad and wait till the market turns around. And she said, let me explain to you what I think you're doing. She said, I know you like Nordstrom's. You buy a lot of stuff at Nordstrom's. And I believe Nordstrom's has a sale every 6 months. Here's what I suggest you do. Next time Nordstrom's has a sale, go in there and pick out 5, 6, 7, 8 outfits that you love and really want those clothes, and say to the clerk, I love these outfits. You hang on to these. I'm going to come back and pay for these after the sale is over. And he said, well, that's silly. He said, well, that's what you're doing with your investments. Just a great analogy. Another advisor down south, she also is really good. She's $1 million producer. Said to me that she will say to a client who's coming in for the first time, people that now can afford to invest, but they're not comfortable being in her office. She said, you're nervous, aren't you? You're a bit nervous, aren't you? And this is how she talks to people. She said, well, you know, I know you work in a textile mill or you own a textile mill, whatever. I wouldn't know how to turn on a single machine in that mill. But more importantly, you wouldn't expect me to, would you? You wouldn't expect me to know how to. Well, I don't expect you to know anything about my business. Just sit back and relax. Let me explain. I know my business as well as you know your business. John from Edward Jones, actually a very funny guy. And he's talking to his clients about calming them down when they get their statements. And he laughs when he says it and he smiles, but it's a great point. He said, we can't put the word sale, S-A-L-E, on your statements, so we use minus signs. He said, the clients always laugh and say, I get what you're talking about. And Jim, who's one of the best in the business, cover of Research Magazine, one of America's best brokers. Jim is in Nebraska. Jim, when the market's down 10%, and that's a huge drop. Jim said his office is 36 feet wide. He will take one stride, and say, that's 10% of my office. Does that look like a lot to you? Relax. Or he'll say a 10% correction is 10 yards on a football field. Look how much it has to go. Don't worry about it.